Hey you guys, this is me, Sugo here, and today I'm gonna teach you guys how to build again. And this time I'm gonna do it properly. Because you see, last time I did it a bit inconsistently. I made weird builds, I made wrong tutorials, I showed wrong stuff. Now this time we're gonna do it correct. Let's start off with the basics of the building, shall we? I'm gonna show you how to build shapes properly in Minecraft. Because you see, everything starts with shapes. You can't make any proper houses if you have like a square house from the start. If you think that you're gonna detail it later, it won't work. You have to detail it from the start, aka make it a great shape just from the beginning. So let's get into why. I'll show you with two examples of two builds. I'm gonna use the same style and I'm not only gonna use the same style for both the builds. I'm gonna keep the palette same as well, but the shape will be different. Let's show you the difference, shall we? So the first build right here is complete, and as you can see, it looks decent enough. I didn't put much effort into the roof because I was making it a video. But yeah, that's the first house complete. Now let's move on to the second house, which is I'm gonna make this same style of a house, but square, instead of making a unique shape. Okay, so this house is complete as well, but you can tell the difference between this and this. You can easily tell the difference which looks better and which doesn't. Because you see, I didn't have time to I didn't work on the shapes on this one. So I didn't have time to divide it into different sections, add balconies, make roofs better, add special node structures, add extra details based on shape, like special pillars. It's just plain flat wall and same design everywhere. It's not as fun to look at as this is. Neither does it have this pillar that I made. So obviously you can see which one is better. Now, how will you break up shapes and how would you make the shapes better than they usually are? I have few tricks in mind for you. So let me just show you the tricks. First trick that you can use is basically what you can do is have squares. Basically join the squares together. So let's say you want to make a good shape. So I'd recommend making 6 by 6 squares like this and then just making the cubes. Now let's say you made your first cube. Now how do we make this better? We add on to it. We add another cube, which let's say 6 by 6, the same size as the other one. And then we add on to the cube to add another cube into it. And we keep adding on in different parts so that we get a unique shape out of these cubes. So it's like let's say this is one cube. This is one cube. So we are adding more and more cubes and making it a weird shape and structure like this. And thus we have a really unique shaped build that we can make just by adding these cubes together. And thus this is the easiest way to think of a decent method of making shapes. Now here is the more complicated way of making shapes, which is just freestyling it, which is basically when you're building something, you just decide to go this way, and then you add this, and then add curves here and there. And then you start making weird shapes, and that's how you get into freestyle shaping, which I did on this one. Like adding extra shapes, adding details, depths, nudges, etc. in your builds. That's how you get into freestyle shaping. And as you can see, I already freestyled the shape right here. So these are 2 ways to plan out a shape. Now, how do you get with the roofs? Because you see, planning out shapes will give you decent roofs as well. Because then you can break the roofs apart into different sections. Like how I did in this one. So as you can see, this section right here, I made it so the roof is a bit vertical, more so than direct horizontal. While this section had a normal horizontal kind of a roof. And then I made this section into a pillared roof. And that's how I broke the roofs apart and didn't make it look as ugly as this one, which is just a straight roof, which kind of looks ugly in my opinion. And that's how to build the shapes in this video. This is a really quick and short tutorial. I'd recommend practicing a lot if you want to make better shapes than you currently are. For example, practicing with, let's say, a flat world, and then I'd recommend making it so you make that flat world into a city, and then you make more and more and more builds in the city, and try and make it better and better every time. Slowly and steadily, you'll improve at your game. And that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.